Vous voulez voyager? Achetez vos billets d'avion à l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel. Avec l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel, pas de problème de connexion, pas de problème de transfert de vol. Avec l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel, c'est le voyage en toute tranquillité, en toute beauté, de votre maison jusqu'à votre destination. Votre satisfaction est notre plaisir.
Votre attention s'il vous plaît. IPTV Services. Tempo Afrique TV vous offre 6000 chaînes de télévision en direct de l'Afrique, de l'Europe et des États-Unis. Toutes vos chaînes de télévision préférées sous un seul toit. Pour des informations, appelez le numéro suivant +1 612 804 02 95 ou allez sur notre site web tempoafrique.com. Achetez maintenant $193 pour toute l'année, plus l'expédition et le TV Box.
Hot mix mixing.
Hello. Welcome to Ellie Jamal Talk Show at Tempo Africa TV. Again, we're going to remind you this platform is we're going to bring on different topic, things that we don't normally talk about, but we see in our daily life, or things that are gradually changing, stories that are happening, whether it is in personal life, things into reality, or the industry as a whole. So today I want to bring up the topic about the illusion in the industry. So there's been a lot of trend going on about that right now, especially if any of you guys have been watching the news or they have been watching some of the trends that are going on Facebook and TikTok and what is going on in the industry and what is being presented to us in reality, in real life. And a lot of these things are things that we don't imagine a couple of years ago. I mean, for example, it's rare in the United States to make witchcraft, dark magic, or any of those as a hot topic, but now it is. So it has been a hot topic lately, according to Beyonce and Jay-Z and their biggest fame in the world, and they're billionaires, and who knows, it's probably because they are the most successful people in the world, and there are some jealousy people out there that wants to accuse people of their hard work or success. So when you ask yourself, is it hard work or is there really dark magic going on? And another thing you guys probably have seen is the Grammy. This is one of the largest music industry award, and it was about a month ago. We did kind of cover a little bit about it with Eddie Kenzo being nominated from East Africa, but there was a performance by Sam Smith called Unholy. So it was just put out there in front of everybody, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people watched it, even kids, and I can't imagine what's going on in their head and what they're thinking when that performance was happening or taking place. So now it really makes you question the reality, all right? So is there really an illusion going on in the industry? Do these people really have certain things that they believe in or that they practice to get where they are, okay? And we're also going to touch base a little bit about it too, how it takes place in Africa, even in poverty, where people believe in dark magic or would try to use dark magic due to jealousy or the good things that you are doing in life, all right? So this is our topic today. Anybody feel free to comment, share your thoughts as well. It is an open topic. So first I want to talk about the rumor going around about Beyonce and Jay-Z. So Beyonce right now is busy with her tour. She's at a Renaissance tour, and Jay-Z is on her side just supporting her with her career and her business and everything she's doing. So she does not have any clue of all these rumors that are building up about her. So apparently an ex-drummer, Kat, died, and she believes that Beyonce cast a spell on her. So when I watched this and I heard this news kind of trending all over Facebook, including the news media, this is the first time I question myself, since when did witchcraft really become a thing in the United States? I know in the previous past, you know, when we're younger growing up, kind of curious about the industry, we hear things like, you know, dark magic, or people, there's a certain people in the society, they control and run the whole society. And now in 2023, Beyonce and Jay-Z are listed as one of the people that are running the society. So for a lot of the people that are getting their intakes on it, you know, I want to know your thoughts. You know, do you guys really believe that there's some dark magic going on in the industry? Did Beyonce and Jay-Z get in that level because of that? Because that also makes me question that no one can really make it to the top or to be the biggest legendary and fame with just hard work. Like, it makes you question, you know, your dreams and your gifts as well. Like, at some point, do you have to get into some kind of a ritual in order to, I don't know, to be more greedy, I guess, or to be more on top, or to have all the $1 billion? And then again, when you think of it, I mean, let's say you have $1 billion, $2 billion. I mean, is that not enough? Or once you get to that level, you want more, right? You have a big mansion, you have as many cars as you can get. Your children live comfortably. You guys eat all the food that you want. Like, what more could you really go after, you know? Or could it just be after that gaining power and control? All right. So I'm going to leave that thought on you guys. You know, share your opinion. I really want to know what you guys think of it, because even I'm starting to question it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of our youth and, you know, people that are watching are really starting to question it. But, or is it just a propaganda, you know, to make people believe in a certain way? All right. Especially the next generation are being targeted a lot. Okay. With many things that are being exposed in the industry. So I would say, you know, this is a really dangerous time to be really extra careful with what you watch and what you expose yourself to. You know, like the Bible said, do not believe anything you see, okay? If you see something and you question it, you know, pray about it. Always ask God first, you know, let him reveal to you if it is the truth, if it is from, you know, Lucifer, Satan, whatever, because he does have his work too. He does have his magic. So he runs the world, you know. Now going on to Sam Smith, who had a performance at the Grammy. I mean, it was literally in everyone's face, all right? If you guys haven't watched it, check it out, YouTube it, Grammy 2023 performance by Sam Smith, performing Unholy. Even the title itself says a lot, all right? But if you watch the performance, at first I didn't watch it. I didn't really pay attention to it because I didn't really think it was going to be a big deal or something to really look into. But just last few weeks ago, that's when I really started to watch the video and the whole performance. And yes, it was, you don't see that often, all right? So let's just say it that way. But you know, whether you're a child or you're a teenager or you're an adult, or it's out there, it's in your face. Anybody could see it or watch it, you know. Even some of the children's, like, what could their reactions be, you know? Because nothing is really parental advisory anymore, yeah? Before, we used to have that when you have a lot of artists, musicians that are showing a lot of provocative things in their video, or even cursing using feminine languages, or, you know, dark stuff that happens in real life, but we just don't talk about it or expose it. Musicians exposes those, and they would put parental advisories, all right? But in 2023, there's no such thing. It's right there. It's in your face. You see it, you see it. You judge it on your own, you judge it on your own. However you want to take it is however you want to take it. So the industry is really not protecting the children anymore from the things that they really don't need to see. So that's another thing I like to bring up in your thoughts, you know. And these are the things we got to think about, you know, especially our children. What upbringing are you trying to bring them into? Because the industry really no longer cares. So as a parent, it's something you really, really gotta watch your kids for what they watch. I mean, even with technology being so huge and so broad with like TikToks, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, kids can really get into anything and find anything. Yeah. And even in a lot of those social medias, there's a lot of scammers, a lot of con artists, and a lot of, sick people in the industry that will throw stuff in your kid's face. All right. So I can understand it's pretty hard to protect this generation, but more people have been more silent. They're just allowing it to happen. Nobody's really speaking out about it. So as the darkness grow in our society and also in our children's life, if we continue to be silent about it, it's going to continue to take over. All right? Until it becomes the ruling and the controlling of all society. All right? Because, if you look at the common human sense, I mean, it's easy to do bad than to do good. So all of the people who are doing bad in the dark that you don't normally see, they're slowly coming to the light until they get really comfortable, and then it becomes a thing in our society. All right? Like the Bible says, in there will be days where good is considered bad and bad is considered good. And that is kind of what we're seeing right now. All right. And parents could be really busy with work and their day in and day out jobs, so they don't have time to really talk to their kids about what they are seeing and what their thoughts are. I actually tried that once with my older son. I mean, he's 15 now, but at the time he was, 12 years old, and he was a big fan of, what's that rapper called? I'm going to take you to the whole down road. Anyway, I forgot his name, but once I think of it, I will let you guys know. But yes, he came out with a song where he was in heaven, he was tempted, and stripped the pool all the way down to hell, and then gave the devil a lap dance. All right. So he watched that, and I asked him what his thoughts are and what did he think and what did he take out of it. This is the time when he was 11 or 12 years old. I don't remember. I think the song is about three years old now. But he said, yeah, that was pretty messed up. So that gave me a relief, okay, to know that my son can really differentiate things that don't really need to be out there, and things that are suitable, all right? But, I wanted to know his opinion. I mean, I'm an adult, so I know what I would follow and what I would not follow. But a kid, you never know, because some things that are being exposed to them, they could consider it as normal, because they are in a learning process. They are in a growing process. So anything that is exposed to them, if they are not being questioned or being challenged, they might just wake up a couple of years later and they become that, and you'll be surprised, like, how did my kid turn out this way? But yes, these are the things that are being out there in the industry. A lot of these, public figures and these people with platforms are no longer protecting your kids, all right? They are pretty much doing whatever they want and as necessary as they want. So now going on, what did I say about the future? I mean, there's always a saying, in the Bible that train them young, train them at a young age, okay? So that they can grow up to become whatever you train them to be, all right? So the industry figured out that now in the world of technology, there's so many kids in front of the screen, so why not train them young? Why not train them while they're little, because once they become bigger and if they decide they want to be a part of the industry, join the game, join the gang. And they can, go corrupt their life or lead their life however they want to be, But the truth is never revealed. Or what is the catch, So imagine you're new in the industry. You don't even know what the outcomes are going to be. you're probably not even aware of, the dark thing that goes on there and why people get depressed, why people fall into drugs and alcoholism, and why people even have suicidal thoughts in the industry, right? So when you hear news like that, it's pretty, it's like a sign. It's a sign that's telling you, yes, you get this flashing goal in front of your face, or you could become a millionaire, you can have a good life, you can have all these luxuries. But what is the catch behind it? What are some of the things that you would have to sacrifice in order to get to that level? All right. And once some of these, people get into that level, I mean, if you're not with God, or if you're not, taking God with you everywhere you go, you're easily prone to the wrong route or to the wrong people. All right. And you're easily exposed to things that could lead you into sacrificing your own life, all right, in the industry. But as long as God is with you and he puts you in that position, he puts you there for a reason, because every calling God puts people in is there for a reason, and he will guide you in every step. All right. Not everybody in the industry is wicked. I mean, there are some good people with good intentions, which are some of the people that fulfill their purpose, or they become millionaires and billionaires, and then they go out and help community or development, or third world countries, or feed other kids, or create charities and foundations. There's still a lot of good people of that, but when you're new in the industry, this is the beginning of the attack. All right, so this is the beginning where you have to realize that, okay, am I going to take this road in the industry, or am I going to take the light in the industry? Am I going to shine my light? Am I going to make a difference? Is first finding your first main reason why you are going in there. Okay. And a lot of the people that goes in for fun, end up doing whatever they want in the industry and don't really care or have empathy, and could literally become con artists. And there are some people who go in with a purpose or mission that, this is what I want to do. Maybe one day I want to change the world. Maybe one day I want to feed my starving children. And then if you connect with the wrong influence, you'll forget the reason why you started in the first place, and then just end up being lost in the industry. And then what? Peace and happiness is gone. So all of this stuff that, that are being exposed, all the illusions and people, going around spreading rumors of witchcraft and all of that nature. These are the things that I always wonder. I really wouldn't call it witchcraft myself, honestly, because there is actually hard work, all right? So when you are determined and you have hard work to go in the industry, there are bad spirits, there are temptations, there are, silver glasses or stones that get flashed in your face, and it's up to you to recognize them if they are actually good for you or not. All right. So good versus evil in our society. It's good versus evil. And humanity, human being is a human being. So you either attract good or you attract bad. All right. And that will lead you to your final destination in life. All right. But also knowing, who you are, and also knowing the God you worship is also very important as well. Because a human mind is very, very powerful. All right. If you set your mind to doing good and you stick to it in the industry, and you stand your ground in all ways, and, allow the Spirit to guide you in every way, I believe you will turn out okay. Unless, you have a weak mind and you allow any temptation to get to you, or believe any lies or live based on lies, then you will be captured by the bad spirit, and they will use you for whatever is necessary, Even in our society right now, with all of some of these musicians or some of these people with a platform that are literally doing wicked right in front of your kids. They're doing it for that. So, and later on your kids can grow up to be a fan or can end up changing their lifestyle to that. And that goes to, the whole transgender community, and also, with the illusion of either 2 genders or 5 genders, where you can really just be whatever you want to be. Um, so yeah, that's the opening topic I like to bring up to your thoughts. And, watch what your children are paying attention to. And, these are the things we want to talk about, because they are becoming more and more relevant in the industry, and they are literally in your face. They're no longer hiding it. There is no secret. Even things that we used to think cannot be exposed in public are in public. So now, going on to Africa or third world countries, I mean, every culture in every country has their own belief and has their own ritual ways of their economy, all right? I've been seeing a lot of, videos and content creators on Facebook, social media, of magic, all right? Dark magic, where, I don't know, I guess there could be like a lady who's all painted and she's carrying like this casket box, and a client would come, they get in there, and then all she had to do is tap something, say something, and then all of a sudden the guy comes out with a bunch of money and he goes away happy. So my question is that, how are those helping our society? All right. I mean, some people could do it just for entertainment, to have view, because social media does pay some of the content creators. All right, you can make a lot of money off it. And some of those videos get millions and millions of views. But how is that affecting the youth and the young generation, or the people who don't have the right guidance in their life in Africa? Is that they are starting to believe in it, all right? They are starting to believe in those things, where now in reality is you can have multiple women's, even side chicks, for the love or the sake of money, all right? You see the guy flashing over there, looking good, trying to have the lifestyle that they could have by using multiple women. And who knows, some of these women also have their own husbands and their own boyfriends too, and side chick, all right? It's becoming a very common thing in our African society, all right? And it's destroying a lot of relationships. It's destroying a lot of connections, and it's destroying a lot of bonds, all right? People are starting to fall into the most unmoral things, that even the people who still have morals, or who still have like good intentions and good thoughts about life, are being affected, all right? So if you're one of those people, who have good morals and still believes in good, stand your ground. Do not, be contaminated or be drafted into that lifestyle. It is not worth it. It's totally not worth it. It's just going to corrupt your mind until you become like that, all right? So like they say, one light can affect another light, until 2 people start shining their light, and then your example becomes a light to many, all right, until that percentage goes up and more people become a light to the world, all right? If we have more unmoral things that are happening in the society, the whole society can literally fall apart, and it would be a total corruption. That society wouldn't exist anymore. But that's why, those who still have the morals, still believes, and still have a strong will, and know very well that this is not good for humanity, stand your ground. Continue to shine that light. Do not let it be dimmed out. Because at the end of the day, light always overshadows the darkness. The good always wins. Evil never prevails, all right? So it's good to always continue to believe in that. So that is the topic I wanted to bring up and open up to you guys and give you guys my thoughts and my opinions on it. It could be happening in closed doors or close to you. Like, I don't even know anyone that is not affected right now at this point, I mean, there are like a couple of friends that are going through rough times with families, or the most unpredictable thing that people will do to others, the most unthinkable, all right, is really becoming a common thing in our society today. And if we don't, if we don't act on it, speak on it, or shine a light on it, it's just going to continue to dominate, and I don't know what to say from there. So other than that, some of the people, they're just closing it in their own closed doors. You're in your own world by yourself. Many people are becoming loners because those who recognize it and don't want to be affected by it, it's hard to know who to trust, all right? It's hard to know who to talk to. It's hard to know who to open up to, all right? Things are not the same anymore where you can just call somebody and say, hey, let's go on a vacation, because you don't know if they are holding some jealousy or some envy on you. You don't know if they're plotting against you. So there's just so many illusions going on. Not just only the industry, so I'm going to, conclude it all in the society, in our world today, all right? So that's something I wanted to shine a light to. And who knows? Next week, we'll bring up another topic, or if I check everybody's comment and see, what are your thoughts, what are your opinions are. I will share it here on the on our network, all right, here on Ellie Jamal Show, so that we can share our opinions and our thoughts as well. So I already gave you guys my thoughts. Now I will be waiting for yours, for those who are watching. Have a wonderful night.
Du nouveau à Minneapolis, Tempo Afrique Travel. Vous voulez voyager? Achetez vos billets d'avion à l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel. Avec l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel, pas de problème de connexion, pas de problème de transfert de vol. Avec l'agent de voyage Tempo Afrique Travel, c'est le voyage en toute tranquillité, en toute beauté, de votre maison jusqu'à votre destination. Votre satisfaction est notre plaisir.
Votre attention, s'il vous plaît. IPTV Services. Tempo Afrique TV vous offre 6000 chaînes de télévision en direct de l'Afrique, de l'Europe et des États-Unis. Toutes vos chaînes de télévision préférées sous un seul toit. Pour des informations, appelez le numéro suivant, +1 612 804 02 95, ou allez sur notre site web tempoafrique.com. Achetez maintenant $193 pour toute l'année, plus l'expédition et le TV Box.
Hot mix mixing.